Problem with Twitter is all sorts of different people come to comedy, and some of you I worry about a little bit more. So sometimes I'll be in the hotel afterwards, I check my Twitter, I'll get a message from a teenage girl, right? And you can tell when you get a message from a teenage girl, because their Twitter name's never just a name. It's never like @SarahTurner or something like that. It's got all colours and sparkles on it. Be like @IzzyWizzy, and then a galloping unicorn, and a beating love heart, and a cupcake with a candle in it, and the whole thing says, why would I just tell you my name? There's so much more about me. I love unicorns and cupcakes and candles and love. The minute I say that, I think, oh, don't come and see me. You've got that much love and hope in your heart. I'm not your guy. Go and see one of the other comedians. You'll have a lovely time. Don't come and sit through 2 hours. I was going to get a pot noodle. I decided to fucking smash my head against the wall. That's not what it's for. I don't want to ruin your dreams. But, you know, they do enjoy the gig. You get a message afterwards, all in capital letters, like, oh, amazing gig. Cheers for coming to Scarborough. Ruffle now. Gif of a goblin eating a Toblerone for no reason whatsoever. Moving pictures, it's better, isn't it? And I say, oh, just waiting for me dad to come and pick us up, lol. Right? And I read that in the hotel. I think, I wonder if their dad came and picked him up. Because then I don't hear from him again, right? And that goes for all of you. Not one of you pricks tweets me when you get home. As if I'm not worried sick about each and every one of you. You disappear with these cryptic tweets like, oh, cheers for the gig, just gonna have a few beers, walk back along the canal. I think he's dead. I lost another one. I need to be careful with my audience. I've got to hold on to him. It's like that opening scene in Casualty when they go, I'm just gonna mend them fuses in that puddle in the basement. I start checking your page to see you tweet again, and you're not tweeting. I think, what's happened? What's happened? I think, what if these girls' dad forgot to pick them up? You know, what if their mum dropped them off and he picked them up and he's just forgotten? He's barrelled in. She's gone, what are you doing here? He's gone, well, I'm just in from work. She said you're supposed to be picking IzzyWizzy unicorn cupcake love heart up from that gig. And he says, what gig? She says, that little gay-looking cunt. How many times do I have to tell you? He says, well, I know exactly who you mean now, love. Yeah, I couldn't place him from the name, but that's such a vivid description of his work. He thinks, oh, bugger, I've been to the pub after work, and I can't tell her that because I told her I was working late and I've been spinning that one for years. So, I'll probably be all right. He goes, oh, go and get an hour, love. So he sets off drink driving. He's dead now, and he's in a ditch somewhere. Smashed into a tree. He wouldn't have texted her, would he? Say, I'm about to hit a tree, love, you want to get a taxi? So she's still outside the venue, isn't she? Freezing. Scarborough, Seafront Theatre, middle of December. Oh, he'll be here in a minute. Oh, he'll be here in a minute. Then I think, what if a transit van turns up and starts driving around? She's like, oh, sometimes he comes in the works van. Sometimes he's back in the works van. They get in the back of this van, then they wake up 2 weeks later in the middle of Eastern Europe, surrounded by, as we know, the least funny rapists anywhere on the planet. This is all my fault. This is all my fault. They're my responsibility. I'm the reason they come out tonight. I'm going to have to check they're all right. And then I think, what can I do? What can I do? I think, oh, I can message them, can't I? I could reply to them on Twitter and just say, oh, did you get back all right? And then I think, well, I can't do that, can I? Because my wife checks my Twitter. Now, fair play, I check hers, but what I can't be seen doing is tweeting teenage girls at midnight saying, are you still there? It doesn't look how it's meant to, that, does it? It would be misconstrued. I think, right, I can't leave a paper trail like that knocking around, can I? What am I going to do? I think I'm going to have to drive back. I'm going to have to get dressed, drive back to the theatre, just do a couple of laps around the car park, make sure there's no little icicles like that. I think that's even worse, isn't it, if I'm there? What if the venue staff are coming out? They go, all right, Mr. Richardson? I go, yeah, there was girls here. That was one. Have you seen it? They say, that Jon Richardson, he comes back after his shows for the ones who don't make it back. Puts them in his car, takes them to that weird premiere inn, you know, the one in the middle of nowhere next to the burnt-down little chef. I think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I realise I can't do anything. They're almost certainly fine, aren't they? People are fine, so I think we'll just have a drink. I have a glass of wine, I fall asleep because I've not had anything to eat. I wake up the next morning and there's stress somewhere. I don't know what it is, but something's happened. I think, what happened? I can't remember. I have a shower. I set off to the next gig. I'm driving, thinking something happened yesterday. What happened yesterday? Oh, shit, I killed all them girls. Killed all them girls. Now I'm driving to Birmingham to kill again. When will I be stopped? And then I think, right, well, I'll message them when I get to Birmingham, but I can't, because when I get to Birmingham, my inbox is full of messages from the Birmingham audience telling me about, you know, where I can find local Mexican food near the gig, and the little emotional guilt trips about how funny I have to be to justify their attendance. Like, oh, I hope it's a good gig tonight, John. We've not been out for 6 years since our cat got asthma. As if it's my fault you got a wheezy cat in the frigging house. And then I just get random charity ones out of nowhere. Every day someone will say, oh, could you just retweet this Just Giving page? My uncle's walking to Spa for men who can only raise one eyebrow.